Hello, everybody, and I've got to say, it's great to see the main man, Lord Burridge, Budgie to his pals. He's back, and it's part 5 of the legendary series. How are you, Budgie?
I missed you.
I've
I
missed
missed
you
having
too.
you on Facebook. I really have. Missed burying you on Facebook. Because you go home to the hotel, SB Glow. No, I miss you, really do. I'm in the hell out of you. Now
Budgie.
then, what are you going to bother me for today?
Well, Budgie, we've been on all the previous 4 series. We've covered your career up until Southampton. So
Right.
let's get straight into it. This is
Only
part
halfway
5.
through my career. Only halfway through my career.
Well, exactly. So I'm talking about your playing career, but obviously it goes from playing career to coaching career as well and all that kind of thing.
Yes, yeah. And I'm only 48.
But you've still got a long way to go. Because how old were you, Budgie? How old were you when you left Southampton?
38.
So we got a decade. We got a long time to go before you.
I've got to tell you the story about how I made the record for the oldest player in Premier League.
No, not yet. Not yet. We're gonna get there.
It's in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. We're not gonna leave you out. So
I'll tell you about Southampton. Have we discussed Southampton?
yes, we have. But what I want to know is, after Southampton, this is number 21. After Southampton, where did your career take you, Budgie?
To Newcastle United. Because I had a legacy. Everywhere I went, if I dropped down into the second division, Wolves, QPR, Crystal Palace, they all came up. Yeah. I had that, it can get you up. You know why, Kevin? I had a defensive formation that I was taught by Terry Venables many years ago. What George Graham used with you.
Yes.
You show them inside, show them down the funnel. Like you put petrol in your car.
Yeah.
And you use
it goes down like that, yeah.
Down like that. You see the little bit, that's where you get them. And if you push your defence right up, you rob them there, and you're nearly halfway on the halfway line. 3-4 balls and you throw and go.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
You've got. It's all right talking about it, but you did it every day with George Graham.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
You do it. You would attack a defence that pushed you inside.
Yes.
And then they were waiting for you.
Everybody's waiting. Bam, bam. Yes.
Everybody's waiting for you, and then as soon as you get it, bam, 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 goals.
Yes.
Goals in. Right. Jim Smith. My agent, you might be agent, Stevie Wicks.
Yeah, Steve Wicks. Big centre, big Steve, yeah, blonde lad, centre back, yeah.
Well, I played with him at Queen's Park Rangers, and he was my agent at the time, and he rang me up, he says, do you fancy going to Newcastle? And I said, oh, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Massive, huge, big club.
Huge club, yeah.
And I'm from up there anyway.
Yeah.
I'm on the west side. It's only 80 miles across.
Yeah.
And I thought, yes. And my son we could live in Durham. My son was an ice hockey player.
Right.
We could go to Durham Wasps.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's why we settled in Durham. And they both went to, my daughter and my son went to Durham school. So they were in fantastic schools. He was in Durham's a very small place.
Yeah.
You could go around and get around.
Was the castle there, isn't there?
Yeah, and a cathedral.
Yeah, cathedral, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned village.
Yeah, lovely place, yeah.
Lovely place to live. Lovely place to live. But we settled there, and like I said, Tom, kids were in grade school. I was there 12 years. It was the only place I failed at, Kevin. When I went down to the second division, I had this legacy to get them up. It's the only place that I stopped a penalty. We got to the playoffs. Can you remember? In the playoffs. and there was a penalty, with 10 seconds left, right? Paul Hardiman took it. He, smashed it in me right-hand corner. I said to the referee, and Kevin Scott brought him down. I said, how long to go? He said 10 seconds. I said, I'm going to save it. Paul Hardiman took it, and I used to go to to Sunderland games, watching them, and I seen him put one against Torquay earlier on in the season, and he stuck it to the goalkeeper's right.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going right. Same goal.
Yeah.
And he took it, put an hand on it, put the other hand on it. He's come in, smashed my nose, broke my nose, on the rebound, got sent off, right? Got sent off. And, the lads are well done. My head was ringing. He really gave us it,
Yeah.
He gave it the old smash in my face. My nose was over here somewhere, and they went and beat us in the replay on Wednesday night. We thought, we knew if we got through that, we didn't have to go any playoff, because that's a year Swindon or something had illegal payments, and we knew we were going to be up if we beat Sunderland on Wednesday night. But a Gabardini goal,
Marco
1-0.
Gabardini scored.
Marco Gabardini scored 1-0. We had run out of goals by Matt McGee and Mickey Quinn.
Well, Budgie, I've got two things to say to you.
Well,
the first thing was, after you lost the replay, what did you do?
What did I do? What do you mean? What did I do?
What did you do to Hardiman?
Oh, yeah, I went and put his windows out. He lived on the same estate as me. You're serious. I'm not joking. I left it 3 days, so I didn't think it would be me. When we lost the replay, I couldn't play because he got sent off. And he lived just round the corner, 150 yards, on a different house. Well, I got my bucket, I put 2 or 3 stones in my bucket, About a week later, I thought, that's it. I walked around his house, and I knew it was his boom, 2 stones from him. I'll teach him to flip and smash my nose, And if they took me to court, then I could have said me mad, I was going
you had concussion.
I would have got away with it. Yeah.
Budgie, I believe you played against the young Kevin Campbell at that stage when you were at Newcastle, weren't you? Roy Aitken's first game.
Was it 3-3 draw? Was it a 3-3
No,
draw?
you beat us 4-3.
Did you score?
Yeah, I did. I scored past Lord Budgie. Get in there.
Yeah. And what score was it?
You beat us 4-3, Budgie.
I can remember that game,
Great game. Great game.
Could I have saved one, Kev?
No, you made many saves from me, Budgie, you bugger. You kept the minute. We were winning 3-1. You kept the minute. And Mark McGee and who else was up front? Yeah, Mark McGee and Mickey Quinn went crazy in the second half, and you ended up beating us 4-3. We were gutted.
Yeah, Mickey Quinn. Well, they run out of goals back end of that season.
Yeah.
They were scoring goals right, left, and centre early on in the season. Back end of the season, from Christmas, they couldn't score.
Right.
And that's why we didn't go up. It wasn't I was playing brilliant as usual. We got too many draws. You know what I mean?
But Budgie, you're not answering the question. Where you went to Newcastle, so come on, and it's a club you failed at. Why did you fail, Budgie?
Well, Jim Smith, signed me. He got the sack, right? And nobody knew who was going to be the new manager, for the next season.
Yeah.
So what happened? We were all waiting, for the new season to start. And on pre-season, first day of the pre-season, the chairman walked into the Benwell training ground, and we'd all sit down, lads, sit down. In an hour, the new manager of Newcastle United will appear. We're going to introduce it to him, right?
Yeah.
So So we had a cup of tea and we all sat down in the dressing rooms. The door opened up. You know, the new manager of Newcastle United, Osvaldo Ardiles, you know, and we all stood up and we were shaking his hands. He walked straight by me. Didn't even shake, looked at me.
Really?
I know why. I'm going to tell you the story in a minute. Walked round everybody, shook everybody's hand, walked straight past me and give me the dirtiest look you've ever seen. Right? And, you know, I knew why. Because when I was at Southampton, Ozzy was playing for Tottenham Hotspur. And we were winning 1-0 with minutes left. And my favourite, you know, I had a favourite little trick that I had. When people come and stood on me on corner kicks, right, and tried to block me out, in the back of my studs, in my shoes, right?
The back ones were the sharp ones.
I filed them down. They were like arrowheads. They were sharp. I mean, they were like you could sew a button on with them. You know, they were really, really sharp. And what I used to do, Kevin, I used to get real close. I used to have a look at that. You never get away with it now. You know, there's too many cameras. You know, I used to look at the camera, the referee. I used to look at the linesman. I used to look at his metatarsal, his foot, his top bone on his foot. Boom! Right down on top of, you know, and I give Ozzy it. You know, I give Ozzy it, you know. And we're winning one time. He's gone down. Oh, 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 he's screaming like a flipping pig, you know. And there was only a minute left. There was only a minute left. And, you know, we win it 1-0. I'm running up, thank you lads, to the, you know, and I could hear this little voice, animal, you animal. And I said, I'm animal, what's the score? You know, so I'm running into the dressing room, and you can remember the old Dell.
Yeah, you got up the steps, yeah.
Yeah, there's about 12 or 15 little steps. And it was on top of there with Terry Venables. So Terry used to manage me at Crystal Palace, you know. He knows what I'm like, you know. So, and I started to walk up the steps, and I said, don't let him start, Terry. You know what I'm like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like. You know, animal, you know, I says, we used to bench here, you know, I says, we've beaten you in the Falklands, you bastard, and we've beaten you, you know, piss off. You know, well, that set him off.
Oh, jeez, Budgie.
That set him off. You know, so he attacked me. So, you know, I give him the old elbow in the face, throwing him down the bottom of the stairs, and the man with Venice's hat got me. Leave him, Buds, leave him. You know, so I've just got to the dressing room. You know, there's a big complaint. I got a letter from Tottenham Hotspur about me, well, I didn't give a toss.
About your conduct, yeah.
About my conduct, and I didn't give a toss, Kev. I didn't give a toss. I won him.
Budgie, you know, I know you didn't give it monkeys. I know. So how long were you at Newcastle, Budgie? How long were you there?
I was there. I was there at 38, and I left when I was 40 to go to Hibernian.
Right.
You know.
So, okay. Tell me about Hibs.
Oh well, why? My kids were in school, and I didn't want them to leave Durham School because it was a great school. They were doing well in school, so I could get on the train, the 7:30 train every morning from Durham, and be in 9 o'clock. I could be in Hibernian. I could be in Edinburgh.
Right. Cool. Yeah. Straight train, isn't it? It's a straight train. Yeah.
You know, it stops at Berwick, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. You know, and then boom, it's 200 miles an hour. You know, straight up. You know, so it's an hour and 20 minutes. It was easy. And what Hibernian, I didn't know the troubles that was going on there. You know, they'd just come second bottom the year before. They had Andy Gorham in goal. Can you remember him?
Yeah, I remember Andy Gorham. Yeah.
They paid 100,000 for him, or 1 million or something for him the year before, and they come second bottom. They only were allowed to stay up because they tried to extend the Scottish Premier League, right?
Right.
And
okay.
Alex Miller was that far from his job. You know, his So I got to Hibernian, and you know what I do? You know, my first year, I put in my defensive formation. Alex Miller didn't like it, but I ruled the fullbacks and I ruled the wingers. I knew what I was doing, you know. And Alex Miller was the biggest, not being positive, you know, a negative person I've ever met in my life. No wonder they nearly went down, you know, because we were playing St. Mirren,
Right.
on the first game of the season, right? The first game, I'd only turned up 2 weeks before, you know, I hadn't played anything. This is my first game, St. Mirren. Well, Alex Miller, Budgie, watch this. I can't remember his name. You have to watch this striker. He can head it from, you know, he's a fantastic, you know, player. Oh, you've got to watch this midfield player. You can hit them from 30 yards. You can really hit them. I says, wait. Slow down, boss. You've got me in goal.
Right.
You know, 600 bloody Premier League games. I says, their gaffer telling him not to shoot from 30 yards. It'll make you look an idiot. You know, bloody hell, boss. You know, said, no wonder them flipping lads nearly went down. He scared the bloody living daylights out of them. You know, and the lads, somebody stood up to him. You know, somebody's had a go at him. You know, because he was a you know, dominant, one of them dominant. And then I thought, I'm not going to get off the right leg with this guy, you know. So he was shut up. We won it 3-1. You know, my first game. Yeah. And I was shouting at the fullbacks. And the few fullbacks were a bit confused because Alex was showing them the outside.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I was saying inside.
To your strength, yeah.
You know how it works.
I know how it works, yeah.
Right. Now, Alex was showing them the old-fashioned way, you know, which I thought was the right way before I worked for Terry Venables, which taught George Graham. And, you know, we started winning and we started getting clean sheets. And a team that finished second bottom of the Premier League the year before was up there. You know, second or third with the Glasgow Celtics and Glasgow Rangers.
Wow.
And everybody was happy.
Wow,
right?
Yeah.
And Budgie was, you know, doing this stuff and his entertainment at the biggest gates in Easter Road, you know, for many, many years.
Yeah.
And we reached the final, at the semi-final of the Scottish League Cup, right? And everybody, full house, 100,000 in Hampden, right? For the semi-final, Glasgow Rangers.
Wow. And they had a good team then, Budgie, didn't they? They had a good team.
Boys, Austria, you know, the lad from Everton right back, you know.
Gary Stephen, Trevor Stephen, all them boys.
Andy Gorham.
Yeah.
They had a fantastic side. John Brown at centre back. Yeah. Right. You know, and it started again. In that game, it was because that was his own team. You know, it was panic.
He's panic.
Yeah, panic. And he's giving his team talk, and I said, boss, we'll win. Don't worry, we'll win. They won't score. And the lads,
Budgie's on.
We're in the tunnel now, and I could feel the tension in the lads. You know, we've got this blooming Glasgow Rangers, one of the biggest clubs in the world, you know, with mega money spent on them in them days.
Yes.
Mega money. And I thought, I've got to do something about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got to do something about this.
What did you do, Budgie?
The lads, you know, Aitley's, you know, big Tony.
Mark Aitley, yeah.
Mark Aitley, yeah. Like Tony is his dad, better player than Mark. You know, he started, come on, let's murder them. Shut up, Aitley. Says, you come in my 6-yard bucket, Aitley, I'll break your effing back. You know, you know, I was ready to have him. You know,
yeah.
I was ready to have him. You know, so he shut his trap. And then I says, and you, McCoy, you came down to England to Sunderland, and you were a failure. You had to come back up here to prove your bloody self. You're shit. You know. And our captain, Tommy McIntyre, he says, if Budgie's strong enough to, if Budgie's
Stand
strong
up to them, yeah.
Yeah, we can stand up to them. Come on. 1-0. I had a stormer.
Wow.
And I did break it back.
Did you smash him? You smashed him, Budgie.
I give him everything. I give him 19 years on the weights. And after McCoy's, I had an unbelievable save. I can't remember who hit it. I touched it on the post, and it came to McCoy. He's got to score. And Budgie's speed, up, long, boom, boom, got the second one. Won it 1-0. And I've gone in and I says, and my first words were, I told you we'd win.
Yeah.
I told you we'd win, and I told you I wouldn't let it go in to the gaffer.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to say.
I bet he was buzzing though.
Oh, he was buzzing. He'd just beaten his old team, and he's in the front. He's made his name.
Of course, definitely. But you got to win it, Budgie. You got to win it.
Yes. So they've done firmly. David Moyes was playing.
Oh my God.
Well, the biggest problem was then we're third in the league. We've just beaten Rangers in the semi.
Yeah.
It's a bit, we're thinking we might take this a bit too easy.
Well, the pressure's on you now, isn't it?
Not Andy Gordon. What was it? What's the lad? He had a good goalkeeper as well, English. It'll come to me very soon. And we beat them. We beat them 3-1.
Right.
And we lifted the cup.
Fantastic.
And you got to realise, you think you're burning. It's a massive club.
Yeah.
It's huge. There's two teams in Edinburgh, Ajax and Hibs.
That's right.
And I was playing for the Catholic club.
Yeah.
And we before that, Alex Wallace Mercer, the chairman of Ajax, were trying to put out of business Hibs, wanted to make one.
Right.
But a guy who, Quick Fit Fitter, the tyres.
Oh, right, yeah, Quick Fit, yeah.
Top farmer came in and put a lot of money into the club.
Right.
And, and after that season, finishing third in the league, we finished, Champions League place. Wow. We finished, we won the League Cup, Alex Miller took a 4-year contract, right?
Right.
I was paying every month, 400 quid for a season ticket on the train.
On the train, yeah.
On the train. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, I went to him, for my contract was up. Yeah. I only signed it there. And
so here we go. Budgie the negotiator comes out.
Budgie the
negotiator, yeah.
And it's come in. He says, same contract, we want to sign you again. Like he'd done everything.
Yeah.
He'd just finished with the bloody league before, but now he's got it was all in the paper, He says, same contract as next year, there you are. He's just like, I says, no. I says, it's got to be double money. I says, you pay for my
train fare, season ticket. Yeah.
Ticket for a year, for a month. No. So Budgie the negotiator says, stick it up your ass. Where the sun shines. There you go. And I walked out. And I went back to England. I went back to Durham. And there's nothing they can do about it. And he started trying to ring me, and the club started trying to ring me, as the summer went through. And I said, no, I'm not going. I'm not going back. Unless they pay me double money and they pay for my season ticket.
On the train.
But
yeah.
He didn't want. He wouldn't. He gave me a bit of a rise, but he wouldn't pay for the season ticket. No. I said, yeah, I'm not doing it. So out of the blue, I finished with Hibs. That's why I finished with Hibs. Right. Because they wouldn't give me. Bloody hell! It nearly went down. because they wanted to extend, the year before.
Yeah.
He come third in the league and won a League Cup,
And he wouldn't give you what you wanted.
and he wouldn't give me what I wanted. And he took a 4-year contract, flipping massive money, and he wouldn't give me what I wanted. So,
Well, he looked after himself, didn't he, Budgie?
yeah. So I had to finish with him. So that's why I finished it. I would love to have had another year.
Yeah.
Because I loved the club. It was a great club.
Yeah.
And I loved the supporters. But, out of the blue, came a telephone.
What, was Steve Wick still your agent then?
No.
Right. Okay.
No, only Southampton and Newcastle.
Right. Okay.
So, out of the blue, I was sat at home one night, and it always happens. Pick the phone up. Hello, this is Kevin Keegan at Newcastle United. Well, they were one of the strongest teams in the Premier League at the time.
Yeah.
They were huge, playing unbelievable. And I'm living in Durham, and I could half a mile. I could walk to the training ground.
Yeah.
Right. He says, we want you to be the goalkeeper coach of. Remember, I'm 41 now.
Yeah.
And we want to be the goalkeeper coach of Newcastle United. I says, I don't want to retire.
I want to play. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play. He says, Budgie, you're 41, 42. He says, he's got to come to an end one time. And I said, but I feel great, And I didn't realise that age is just a number, Kev, when you were like me.
Yeah. You kept yourself fit, didn't you? Always. Still do, yeah.
And I says, I'll come down tomorrow and have a chat to you. So I've got in. And money was great. We were better than Hibernian.
Right.
It was superb. I didn't have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had Pavel Cernicek, Mike Goodman, and a young lad called Kevin Harper. Yeah. Can you remember Kevin Harper?
Yeah. Remember Harps, yeah.
That was my job to look after them. And bring up a young lad through. I got Kevin from Easington Colliery Welfare, seen him playing in the Sunday League. Right. And he was only 50, so I took him. Yeah. We put him on a small contract. So I was the best goalkeeper, Kev.
I'm not surprised, Budgie.
and you know what proved that to me? Kevin Keegan, a full pitch, can you imagine? We had 4 goals, half a field each. Yeah. Right? And there used to be a 6 or 7 aside, 2 6 or 7 asides. That was a training, like Liverpool old training. Yeah. But Kevin would play, and if there was no, if people were walking, there was no running, no ball work, warm up 5 aside. But it was like an hour and a half every day.
Hard. It's hard. Yeah.
It was war. It was war. And if it wasn't at match space, he'd bring you back in the afternoon to do it. Right. And he'd do that every now and again. Get out, get a shower, 2 o'clock. Yeah. You know what? I when I was doing the training, I thought, better than these. But you think but the big secret was when Bracewell or Venison, or Philip Albert were picking the teams, I was the first pick of the goalkeepers. Right. What's in here? Yeah. Loving it. They love you. Yeah. Which goalkeeper? There's 4 goalkeepers, to play in the teams. And, Venison, Budge here, get in. And I thought, bloody hell, I'm better than them. But when Pavel was injured, Mike would play. And they wouldn't put Steve on. I would be on the bench. Right. Even though I am 41, 42 years old. Right? You're still fit as a fiddle. Yeah. I ran about 16 or 17 times. Yeah. So you got your bonus, Budgie? Oh, yeah, I always got my bonus, always, because I was I was signed on a player's contract. Part of the squad, yeah, for the squad, yeah. But I was classed as coach, I was goalkeeper coach. Yeah. And then, and every Friday, Arthur Cox would come down, Budgie, Barnsley want you, Rotherham want you, you know. So I'd say, you know the deal, Arthur, £1,000 in my back pocket, right? £1,000 in my back pocket, a nice hotel for Friday night, I'll do it. And I was never refused. You know, It was darling. That's why I had so many clubs. There was the all had goalkeeper would break the finger and blah, blah, blah. But one day, Arthur came to me and he said, Manchester City want you.
Really? Wow.
Andy Dibble had injured himself for the season.
Yeah, good lad, Andy. I like Andy. He's a good lad, yeah.
He's another good lad.
Yeah.
They only had Tony Corton.
Right.
And I said, what, you know, I says, that's 5,000.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a bigger envelope, mate. Yeah.
Bigger envelope. No problem. You know, I used to go down, stay in the Copthorne on Friday night, or, you know, I'd fly down to London and meet them in the hotel somewhere, sit on the bench in September, you know, and I was still there in February or something. There was 6 games left.
Right.
For City, right? And, you know, they were down at the bottom, flirting with the relegation.
Yeah.
Now, here comes the big story. Newcastle United, Manchester United were fighting for
the title.
And that's the year Kevin had that rant. I love it. I love it if we yeah.
I remember, yeah.
Very famous rant.
Yeah.
Right? Because they were and you know that 8 games to go from the end, you know, we were going to play them Manchester City versus Newcastle United at Main Road. Well,
nice.
I'd been sitting on the bench for all season, you know, and I went to Kevin on Tuesday and I said, Kevin, do you know we're playing here on Saturday? He said, yeah. I said, do you want me to ask him if he put young Martin Margison on, you know, in goal?
Yeah.
He said, no, it's all right. He says, you haven't played since September. It's a 100 to 1 chance you'd play on Saturday. You know?
Yeah.
He says, you were Kevin, I don't want to upset you. I like you.
Yeah.
He said, Budgie, no problem.
You already knew, didn't you?
Yeah. I went to him again on Thursday. I says, are you sure, Kev?
Yeah.
Are you sure? He says, you know, I know Kevin. He gets a bit, you know, when the game's coming up. It was all right Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thursday, closer to the game.
Yeah, he starts getting a bit more, serious.
It's that big. I says, are you sure, Kevin? He says, Budgie, you've got the bloody problem with it. I don't care. Let me concentrate on my own team.
Right.
He says, can I have a lift down tomorrow on the bus? He's got him. I've been working for him for 2 years now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got in the bus with the lads, and they got off at Mottram Hall.
Yes.
I got off at Cropthorne.
Yeah.
By the right, and you know where it is.
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
I was at the Copthorne by the harbour, you know, where the ships and stuff like that. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. You know, so I took the taxi to the Copthorne, and 1 hour before, a couple of hours before the game, I'm there. You know, the bus comes in, and I went down with the lads, and I'm having a cup of tea.
On the same bus, on the Newcastle team bus.
No, in the dressing room. They wait. As they come in, I was waiting for them off the bus.
Right.
And there's one. But remember, I'd been working there for 2 or 3 years.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
I'm all, you know, David Ginola and Philip Albert. I used to strip with them, you know, every day and have a laugh. And they were like my team. Manchester City weren't my team. I didn't know anybody in the Manchester City team. I trained with Newcastle every day.
Yeah.
I was getting a bit of banter. I was getting a bit of jibs. So I went down and I said to Tony Corton, TC, you can come off against Liverpool. You can come off against Manchester United. But you're not coming off here.
Yeah.
who's laughing, Tony Courtney.
Yeah, good lad, Tony. Yeah, yeah.
So, got changed and, first half 0-0. 5 minutes before half time, I get a shout from Tony. Budgie, warm up. Stop taking that piss. I says, you're going to be taking that. This is a bit of a game. A premiership game, and just after I went, he's collapsed. Stretches were, come on.
What?
His knees
ballooned
like
up.
that.
Wow.
His knees like that. I thought, I'm on. I've got down the dressing room, Brian Orton. He says, get on, Budgie, get warmed up. So I've gone out and warmed myself up. And, like you have to, stand on the line.
To come on, introduce you, yeah.
Half the box came up behind me. And whispered in my ear, let one in, or we're going to sack you. Well, like the old Budgie temper up.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right, yes.
Not scoring. That was the motivation that I needed.
Yeah.
Cross comes over from
Fox, yeah.
Big Les Ferdinand up there, boom, top corner. The cad gets it.
Love it, Budgie.
Shearer's got through, one-on-one. I was good at it. Slammed into him like there was no tomorrow. Rule Fox hit one, tipped it round the post. 0-0. Gets man of the match, right? Gets the man of the match.
Love it, Budgie.
They're all shouting, press room, you've got to go to the press room, Budgie. Like, okay, I was a bit chirpy.
You're high, yeah.
I'm on the high. I've got up there and I've seen Kevin Keegan there, but I know what Kevin's like. All this act when he comes out, is a nasty piece of work. You know what I mean? I've just took 2 points off him. He
ain't your friend no more, mate.
I've ran up. I'm pissed off. And he's Budgie, come here. He's come out onto the, and he says, come here. And he's got his hands on my shoulders. We knew Budgie's like this. We knew what we were going to get from him. Blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I'm fucking getting it here. We lost the league to Manchester United. Kevin's rant. Kevin resigned that year.
That's right, yeah.
He resigned. And I got a phone call from Fox saying, Budgie, I've resigned, Kevin resigned, Faz has resigned, you've resigned. Right? All the stuff.
Gone. Yeah.
So I don't want to resign, I'm enjoying myself. He says, you've resigned. We've all gone. So I was out in Newcastle. But that, I played the last 6 games and lost 1.
Wow.
And, we finished about 7 or 8 bottom,
Yeah.
And
so how old were you then, Budgie? How old were you then?
43.
43, bloody. And that's the record, isn't it? That's the record breaker.
When I walked onto that field against Newcastle United, I broke the record for the oldest man to play the Premier League.
Right.
But Ian Holloway rang me. I've told you about this.
Many. And how old were you when he called you, Budgie?
54.
And what did he say to you, Budgie?
No, but like I live in Blackpool.
Yeah.
Right? And I used to go back to Blackpool in them days. I used to go training with them. Yeah. Right? And I was still brilliant. I was still one of the greatest, I was still first pick. Even though I was manager of Blythe Spartans. And I, they had a bit of trouble. They were Premier League then.
Yeah.
They were Premier League.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get a goalkeeper. Something happened with the goalkeeper. And I got a phone call from Ian Holloway. He says, Budgie, play Saturday. He says, yeah, no problem.
At 54, Budgie.
Oh,
did you feel you could have done it, Budgie?
Easy. I can do it now. What I'm seeing now, you know, seriously, easy. You know, easy. I could have done it. You know, I was fit as a pity. I was ready.
Yeah.
Even better than when I was 24.
Yeah.
At 24, I used to feel pressure.
Because now you got the experience. Now you got the experience. Yeah.
Played 800 games in that really.
Yeah.
You know, when I tell the story that, you know, when I was 17-year-old at Blackpool, and I went to Old Trafford and look over, there's Bobby Charlton, you know, there's George Best, Alex Stepney.
Yeah.
I thought, shit, I was 17.
You're worried, yeah.
Years along the line, yeah, right? I look over, it's Michael, Robson, Cantona. So they've got a chance.
Yeah.
To beat these. And then 10 years later, I'm 37, you know, and I look over and I see Giggs, Beckham, Scholes. I think I can beat these idiots.
Yeah.
You know, kids.
Yeah.
You know, and when I was like that when I was 54.
Yeah.
I was dying for somebody, you know. And even now, people say, "What's in retirement?" I haven't retired, Kevin.
You still could do it, can't you, Budgie? I could see it in you. I know what you're like.
I know. Listen, Kev, I wasn't the greatest goalie in the world, right? And managers told me this. Many managers told me this. You know what they said? You stop it before it starts.
That's right.
You've got a big mouth. He says, you've got a big mouth.
Well, we know that, Budgie. We know that.
You've got a big gob, and you use it. And I have a formation that we and I know what's
needed. You know what's needed.
Like Messi and Maradona in Cruyff. They all because you score goals. Everybody wants to see a goal scorer. Everybody thinks this is a talent, but people don't see talents, Kevin. You know that. You know, like I say, like me, who's a great shouter, who can see the game. You know, Tony Adams wasn't a great player. He wasn't a great player, but he could stop great players playing.
Yeah, that's what made him great. Yeah, that's what makes him great. He was a great. Yeah. He's a great leader. He's a great talker, communicator.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But Budgie, so could you explain? Ian Holloway calls you to play. You agree. So what happened next?
No insurance to say I'm too old. If I die on the field, you know.
There's no, right. Nobody will pay out. There's nobody insure you to play.
No insurance.
Right.
You know, Budgie, I'd love to play. He said, but nobody will insure you. You know, there's rules and regulations. Yeah. You're too old. I said, I'm not. I'm ready. You know, but there's no insurance company that would be.
So, Budgie, you could have played in the Premier League at 54. Oh my God. Well, nobody would beat that. No. Well, 43 still unbelievable. But nobody would have beat
68. You know, there's certain league. You know, I go to the park or to the beach tonight, and there's 23-year-old Omani league players.
Yeah.
You know, and I battered the hell out of them. They're playing in the Omani. They're professionals, you know, because I'm fit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my lifestyle. You know, that's my lifestyle all my life.
You've kept fit, yeah.
Yeah, people say, it's crazy. I'm not crazy, Kev. I'm dedicated.
Yeah.
You know, I'm dedicated. I eat right. I eat vegetables. Every night, you know, April will tell you, you know, every night I stick to the same diet. Steamed veg, carrots, sweet potato, broccoli, everything. Steamed fish, steamed chicken. That's it, right? Avocado. You've seen in the mornings.
I've seen you eating the avocado, yeah.
That's all I eat every day. I'm in bed when it's going dark. I'm up when it's coming light. I'm a very religious person. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a very religious person. I believe in God. I believe that St. Anthony's here beside me all the time. Because I don't have this life without guidance like that.
Well, Budgie. You know? Well, look, Budgie. You've told us all that. I've got a question for you here, Budgie.
Yeah,
At which clubs did you feel happiest,
yeah.
and which club did you feel saddest as a player?
Aston Villa, because when you go to a football club, managers make you happy.
Yeah.
Right? The managers. Now, when I went to
Villa.
Aston Villa, I could have gone to Ron Atkinson, no, to Tommy Doherty in Manchester United.
Man U, yeah.
But Villa were a bigger club in them days.
Yeah.
You know, I could have gone to Manchester United, you know, because Tommy Doherty, you know, it was all in the papers. You've seen it on.
Yeah.
I've seen articles. And I asked Tommy Doherty when he was doing after dinner speech one day. I said, "Is that right, Tom?" He says, "I would have had you tomorrow." He said, "But Aston Villa outbid me."
Yeah.
You know, so I wish I'd have gone to Manchester United. I do. You know, but
so why didn't you, Budgie? Come on, let me hear it. Why didn't you?
But they weren't there. They didn't bid. I didn't know that. In them days, Kevin,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It wasn't like it is now. Yeah.
It wasn't like it's all open. It was all done secret, and you were the last one to know.
Yeah.
You know, I only seen a massive bit Doherty in for Burridge. You know, it'll be John Burridge of Blackpool will be a Manchester United player, you know, next week.
Wow.
You know, and I'm thinking, oh, great. You know, I don't have to move, you know, from my house in Blackpool.
Yeah.
I don't have to be straight. You know, 30 miles down the road, I can be at the cliff. You know, brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, and then I walked, you know, I got, you know, from the manager of Blackpool, Harry Potts. And he said, "I've sold John. Manchester United boss," he says, "no, Aston Villa, they've outbid them by 50 grand.
Wow.
It was a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money then, yeah.
75, you know, it was a lot of money. 50,000 was a lot of money. And I didn't know anything about Aston Villa, you know, but I went down and I just couldn't get along with Ron Saunders. You know, Ron Saunders, you know, he was I was always fighting with him in training. You know, he was a striker for Portsmouth, you know,
Yeah.
and he was strong.
He was a boxer, wasn't he, at one stage?
Oh, hell of a body on him.
Yeah.
You know, and he used to be, he apparently scored lots of goals for Portsmouth. And he was brilliant on the near post. You know, we used to do a lot of getting out to the winger, knock it, you know,
Whip
one
it in and
front.
get across. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, two strikers.
One near, one far. Yeah.
One far. Right, you've done that. You've done it.
Yeah.
We used to hours and hours of it. And he used to play. And he used to play with Andy Gray. And so there was him and Andy Gray coming at you. And you know me, I'd throw myself at everything. But Saunders would be battering me and at the near, and Frippy Andy would be battering me at the back. You know, and I was wanting to smash both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything that was working for me at Blackpool, my weights, I was being taught by nightclub bouncers. I told you about that.
Yeah.
I started doing it, at Aston Villa. And so you don't need weights. You need light weights. You need boxing and that kind of stuff. I said, no, I like my weights. And it makes you slow. I said, well, why am I getting faster? Why did you pay flipping 250,000 for me?
Yeah.
To
try and change me. Yeah.
And try to change me. And I didn't get on with him.
So that was your saddest.
That was my saddest. Then I failed. I won a League Cup, and I stopped a penalty with 7 minutes left from Don Givens.
Good player, yeah. Good player. Yeah.
We played at Philip 0-0 at Queen's Park Rangers Stadium, Loftus Road. We pulled them back 0-0. With 7 minutes to go. They get a penalty. Don Givens knocked him left and stopped it. We went, scored, and they equalised, and so it was a 1-1 draw. We played them at Highbury. Brian Little got a trick. 3-0. We go to Wembley, and we beat Everton over 3 games in the League Cup.
League Cup, yeah.
3 games. First one at Wembley, 0-0. Sheffield Wednesday, Everton 1, Villa 1. We beat them 3-1, at Old Trafford.
Right.
Over.
In the replay,
So
second replay, yeah.
I didn't feel I won something. Like I tried to win something in every club. I won something.
So, and your happiest, Budgie?
Oh, by no doubt. By no, Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
Oh, London. London people have
South London, Budgie. South London. South.
They have a different mentality, don't they?
Yeah.
Northerners. Northerners. If you make a mistake, you stupid bastard, get it out. This is what it's like in the north. In the south, it's okay, son. Don't you worry about that. It's a totally different one.
Keep your chin up, son. Keep your chin up.
That's it. I loved it. I loved it there. And I went into a very young team that Crystal Palace were building. They had fantastic young players. Kenny Sanson, England.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about playing out of the back now. I'm going to tell you a story about Ken.
You've already told it, Budgie. Remember, we've covered that in your first one.
Oh, yeah. I had Terry as the manager. Terry would involve me in everything.
Good.
I was 26 years old. I was the elder statesman, of that team.
Wow.
And me and Jimmy Cannon, the captain, were invited to meet Terry every week, just to see. And he was doing the defence.
Big respect. That's big respect, Budgie.
That was nice. It was nice, and he involved me, and he started me off on my coaching licenses, and because he knew that I was dedicated. He knew that he let me train afterwards. He was giving me the lads and the balls to train. Like Saunders would take the balls and put them away after training. He would, there you go, Budgie. And he would give me the young lads to shoot at me, to do what I want. And
so, Budgie, can I ask you this? Let me ask you, how important was your family to your career, Budgie?
Oh, unbelievable. Because the way it was, the way I never went out. And they have to respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never seen anything else, but football still don't.
Yeah.
And they, Janet got on with them, and brought them up really, and left me to earn the money.
To concentrate on your football, isn't it? Because it's not easy, is it, Budgie? It's not easy.
It's not, especially when they're young, when the kids,
yeah.
And I didn't want anything to do. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but I didn't want anything to do with them when games were Thursday and Friday was my day.
Yeah.
We're in concentration.
Yeah.
And when the Italians used to take it, if the game was on Saturday, they'd take them away Thursday and Friday, away from the families.
Yes.
So basically, that was the best thing that Janet
could do for you. Yeah, she done that for you, which is brilliant. And yes. Budgie, do you regret it? That you were so dedicated?
No, I'm still the same now.
Yeah, I know, Budgie, but I know, listen, you've got lovely children and that, but do you regret not, a Thursday, going into the zone on a Thursday when you could have been with your family kind of thing on a Thursday? You could have.
Out on Thursday. The lads were out giving it that to Barbarella's.
But you weren't.
No, was I out?
That's what I mean.
No, I don't regret anything because I look like this at 68. I'm handsome.
You look well, Budgie. You do. You look well. You do look well.
Like this at 68, I can go to the beach now. I've got a lovely house. I've got a nice lifestyle. I've got energy.
The dedication was worth it, wasn't it? The dedication was worth it.
Wait, Kev. You see people like Neil Ruddick, you see them now. They're dying and they're 5 or 6 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And there's people dying, you know, and I don't feel like dying.
No,
You know,
no. You got too much to live for, Budgie.
I've got another career in front of me yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got life. I've got a lot of experience. And you know, being a goalkeeper coach, that's what you need. Experience. And you need to be fit. You need to be able to bash that ball hard.
Yeah.
You don't have to play anymore. You don't have to go in there. But you have to need experience. Seeing it before what you've done in that goal. Everything that you do, not just on YouTube.
Yes. Well, that's a good point. That leads me into the next question, Budgie.
Yeah.
You have a reputation in the game as a right character.
Yeah.
Yet there's a lot more to Budgie than meets the eye.
Oh,
Tell the audience who Lord Budgie is.
Dedicated. Love of the game of football. In love with it still. And you have to have him. That is it. Fitness fanatic. You know, fitness. If you want to come and have a fight with me at 68, an old man, come on. I love you. You know, I'm not dead. I've got another. Look at my face. Look, I'm handsome. I'm gorgeous.
Love it. Love it, Budgie.
You know why? Because I've been like this all my life. And then, you know.
It's a way of life, isn't it? It's a way of life.
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
Yes. It isn't my life. It's a way of life. I love to be fit. I love to, what you've just said to me, I'm very vain, you know, in the way you look great, Budgie. Ah, Kevin, keep telling me that.
No, but you do, Budgie. Listen, I've known you for a long time, Budgie, and you look excellent at 68 years old as well. Unbelievable.
And I'll go to the beach tonight, and I'll smash people around. Boof, get it. And if they want to have a fight every night. Ask April. You know, I've still got that. Now, I don't regret that. You know, when I see people like Neil Ruddock and Johnny Barnes and, you know, people like that out here, I don't want to look like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, no disrespect to them lads, because I love them.
Yeah.
But I wanted people to say, really, Albert, you look great. You know, and that's the real John Burridge.
Yeah.
You know, I've got plenty of life. I want what I like doing now, what I did for Ali Al-Habsi, what I did for Gurpreet Singh in India. You know, I want to do it all of the time. And when I can't do it, Kevin, and my legs are telling me I can't, you know, my mind's telling me you can't do it, and I haven't got this enthusiasm to do it, I'll stop.
Yeah. But while you got it, you're going to make the most.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Keep myself fit. Now, this is why, this is when, about this COVID thing, you know, when they say about, you put an age on, you know, 60, 68 is going to die. You know, there's a 68 and 68. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not drinking. You know, I'll have a glass of wine with you after a show. You know, I'm not smoking. I'm not staying out late every flipping night. You know me. You've known me long enough.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah. No, you are. You're in bed early. You get up. You train all the time. You eat well.
I'm in that gym in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody hell, Kevin.
You're dedicated. Yeah, I get it. I
get
it. But you see, Budgie, the reason why I say this and the reason why I ask is because, especially at the times we're in right now, people are at home. People are on lockdown. But the key is there's no excuses, is there? You can train wherever you are. You can you can work out.
You can go for a run.
You can work out.
You know why I won't live in England, right?
Yeah.
You know, I can't live in England. I'll come back for money. You know, I always do things for money. But if I live in the sunshine, Kevin. Yeah. You know, it's not in England. You know, work. You know, it's all. Let's go for a beer, lads. Come on. And if you don't go, you know, you're pushed aside. You know, like you're saying before. You get out. You're not in our gang. Yeah. You know? Now, here, you know, when you live in a Muslim country, you know, it's
The culture
don't forget
isn't drinking. Yeah.
yes, it's not drinking. You know, the drink, you know, the drinking is for the expatriates. They don't.
Yeah.
You can drink here. You can get a pint of beer here. Go down to the hotel, you can have a pint of beer for the expatriates, but the Muslim lads don't.
Yeah.
You know, they go play football,
Yeah.
you know, on the beach. That is what I like. And, you know, I like the sunshine, you know.
Love it. Love it. Well, Budgie, listen. I've got one more question, and this is a really important question. What
You know,
advice would you give to any young footballers' parents or guardians who are coming into the game?
well, I see so many of these academies going up now. You know what I mean? And you're paying 10 quid for, you know, a week for somebody that's non-qualified, you know, that's never played a game in his life, but is good on the computers and good at making an advertisement, you know, that you will impress you. And they're saying, they're coming into the game, they've never played a game in their life. I can make your son, you know, play for Manchester United. I can make your son play for Manchester City. You know, and it's a load of rubbish, Kevin.
Yeah.
Right? It's junk. If I was a parent, you know, I wouldn't be paying for my son to go to academies. You know, because the people, you know, that are using these academies, they're only after one thing: money. Right? They're good at advertising. Go, you know, get a bunch of lads and just let them play like they used to. You know, street football.
Yeah.
Let them play. And, you know, and don't start shouting, doing this, doing that, trying to, let them enjoy. Let them enjoy. I know it's a different world these days with you know, you can't let them out on the streets, blah, blah, blah. And the academies have taken advantage of that. The mums and dads won't let them on the street because of it's a nasty world out there, you know, that we're supposed to be led to believe. But yeah, go with him if he wants to play. If there's 20 lads playing on the park, go with him and sit. Go with him and sit and let him enjoy himself.
Yeah.
You know, let him enjoy, let him and support him. You know.
Yeah, that's a good, Budgie, that's good advice. Let the kids enjoy themselves. Let them play.
If you find you're a good header of the ball, you're a man that goes in there into the mixer and heads the ball. There's a man that goes in there. Now there's guys that will dribble around you. There's millions of ways of scoring goals, Kevin.
Yeah.
You'll find it. If you go and express yourself, you will find it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you might not want to play football.
Very true, Budgie. Very true.
Fair enough. You know, fair enough. My dad was pushing me into rugby. I didn't want to play rugby.
Yeah.
You know, but you just take them down, support them, sit down, let them do the time limit. If when they want to go home, you take them home. You know,
love that.
You were only there to support. That, you know, and then, but like your son is a player, support him. You know, if he signs a professional.
Budgie, the great thing about me is I've got one son in the pros and one son who done exactly what you said. Supported him. Exactly. Now he's come back. He wants to play, so he's going the route. He's at Buxton right now in the program there, and he's happy. He's playing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He's playing. Well, that's it, and you're supporting him.
Yeah, big time.
Well, you know many people in the game. If you think he's good enough, I know you won't do it if he's not good enough. Then you can use your, you know, influence.
But Budgie, I won't do that because you know why, Budgie? He's got to do it. He's got to do it. Not me. I will support him wherever he is. I'll go and support him, Budgie. But he has to do it.
Yes, correct. You're right. Exactly. It's got to be his love.
That's right.
You know, you're only there. You're only the chauffeur.
That's right. That's right.
Over the show and his friend, you know,
That's
to say,
there you go.
you did all right today. Even though he might have scored 4 goals, I did all right. You know, you did okay. Well done.
That's
That's
right.
the thing.
Well, Budgie, look, Budgie, you are a true Premiership legend. You're a record breaker and a legend. And this is part 5. We've got to do part 6 sometime soon. But Budgie, thank you for your time, my friend.
The coaching career here, you know, there's the Hal Hansi story to tell.
Yeah, no, you've told that already, but we're gonna cover it all again anyway, because I know what you do. You always tend to go back, so it's all right.
Brilliant. Okay, my darling.
Budgie, you take care and thanks so much.
Okay, thanks, see you, Ken.
Cheers. Bye.
All right.